today I thought we'll talk to you guys a little bit about Deep Labs. We'll just to give a bit of recap. If I have the ability to, I'm just going to share my screen in a little bit. But I want to introduce you again to the concept of what the lab is, right? What we are doing, how we are doing it, and I love to introduce three new pods that were created part of the lab, and the product managers of those pods are going to talk about them. And they're going to talk about it from their perspective of what we're trying to accomplish with those pods. So if I have the ability to allow me to, I'm going to, yeah, I do. I'm going to be able
Yeah,
to share
sure.
my entire screen to you.
Maybe also while
Um,
you're doing that, maybe for context, if we have new people, what is a pod? Well, welcome to the Deep Funding Town Hall now officially. And today we have an interesting agenda. We start with the typical what is deep funding? This is especially good for newcomers if you're here for the first time. And yeah, and even if you're not, it's always good to go back to basics. Then we have a presentation about Deep Labs. There are new initiatives, new pods, and Rama is going to tell us all about it. If you're not involved in Deep Labs, maybe that's something interesting to be a part of. An exciting and innovative community, I would say. Finally, we have spotlight of a community member. Which community member? You gotta stay until the time of the spotlight for the surprise. But this is an initiative we really enjoy. Just giving a face and giving a voice to people who are a lot of the times working in the background and doing amazing things for this program and for this community. And finally, we'll have a presentation by Nils, the Ternary Sheaf Network. So excited to look at that, and definitely interesting presentation coming. Let's see if that being said, let's go back to basics and let's understand why we are all here. Well, we are all here as part of Deep Funding, that is a decentralized grants program tasked with the goal of funding projects and initiatives that are beneficial to SingularityNET. And what is SingularityNET? Well, it's I would say a big community of projects, of people, of entrepreneurs that has a big mission of creating democratic, decentralized, and beneficial AGI. And if you believe in that mission, if you believe in our values such as openness, creativity, collaboration, and kindness, you'll fit right in. So please come join us and let's work together towards a brighter future. And Deep Funding is a community-run program, a part of SingularityNet where the community, you, me, everyone here plays a big role. And you can play a big role in proposing. You can propose ideas now. You can propose actual projects. You can be part of the RFPs and help develop the tools. So you can do a lot there. When we have rounds and even in the ideation, you can express your will and be part of the voting. You can also review the projects, give them feedback, and help them improve. That's really important to get the best projects in the long run. Be part of the discussion in events like this one, like the Open All Hands, where we actually talk about deep funding, we talk about what we do here, and we decide the future of the program a little bit. I like to think so. And then you have the circles, which is a way to be even more involved in deep funding. Circles are executing important tasks of the fund, like, for example, reviewing proposals or marketing deep funding and the rounds. So you have a bunch of different circles that you can see in the community website that we will show you, and you can apply, you can be part of them. And as a community member, you can contribute even with just a few hours a day, whatever time you can have. It's very flexible. We just want people who believe in this mission and are willing to put in the work. As for this event and this town hall, this is the moment for you. So at any time, feel free to unmute, speak, ask questions. We love when that happens. That's why we do an icebreaker. Um, and talk about anything related to deep funding, related to AI, or related to whatever we feel is important after all. Um, Finally, we have here our community portal. You have the QR code. I don't know if you can see it. Let me just take this out of the way in case you want to use it. This is the perfect place to see all the circles, to get updates, to join these circles and apply. You can also see the events we have going on and even a book presentation slots to participate in this session. That's actually really important, and something we would like you to use is to come here, reserve a slot, and just bring a topic. Bring any topic you want to talk about in this session, and it will be addressed. That being said, I think we can move, and we can move with the first topic from Deep Labs. I believe we have here Rama. Rama, can you show yourself? Yes, here. All right. Oh no, you're running away from my my screen. I'm just after you, but you keep running away. Hey Ram, how are you?
I'm well. Thank you so much for having me, Rafael. Thank you, Priska.
It's
Thank you,
always a
everyone.
pleasure. I think we need to give you a special award for coming here and bringing so many interesting topics. So please
I,
keep doing it.
I appreciate it. I've been enjoying it for sure. Thank you for having me. All right. So today, I thought we'll talk to you guys a little bit about Deep Labs. We'll just to give a bit of recap. I'm going to, if I have the ability to, I'm just going to share my screen in a little bit. But I want to introduce you again to the concept of what the lab is, right? What we are doing, how we are doing it, and I love to introduce three new pods that were created part of the lab and the product managers of those pods are going to talk about them. And they're going to talk about it from the perspective of what we're trying to accomplish with those pods. So if I have the ability to allow me to, yeah, I do. I'm going to be able to
Yes,
share
you.
my entire screen to you.
Maybe also while
Um,
you're doing that, maybe for context, if we have new people, what is a pod?
Great question. So a pod is a part of the lab in the sense that it provides an environment, sort of a self-sustaining environment where we think about a specific problem and how we can solution for that problem, right? So usually the pod is composed of a product manager, different people that can bring the technology pieces together or contribute to it in one way or the other. And basically, they take up that idea and they spend the time solving that for that idea, all so that they can have a minimal viable product that we can then present back to the lab and then vote if we should proceed or not. Does that answer the question?
Yes, I think it does. I think it does.
Perfect. Perfect. So this is the lab website. Again, this is just an HTML with a couple of CSS rules just to show what the lab does. We are looking to actually have a full website once we have the new logo and we have everything sort of figured out. So this is just a preliminary to give an idea of the way the lab works. If you want to go to it, it's just deep dash lab.ai. You can go to it at any time and you can access it. It talks about how you can submit an idea. We have an idea submission portal, so you can fill out the form and submit an idea. When you submit an idea, there's an entire review process to review the idea. Currently, the way that we review the idea is we bring it to the clusters, the cluster meeting, and the cluster helps us prioritize it. But now we are looking at how we can actually give it to the crisp. We can think about a crisp that can do that, that can actually filter through the idea and prioritize it for us. And then the lab will take it up and we'll create a pod around those ideas that are selected. That's not finalized there, right? But we're working on that. If you wanted to join the team, you can do so. Just sign up here. It's a simple form. Everyone is welcome. I want to iterate that. I want to insist on that. Everyone is welcome, regardless of whether you're technical, you're not technical, it doesn't matter. We have accountants that are joining. The last time we presented, I want to thank everyone that was here because we presented, but then all of a sudden we got four new members from the community that joined. And already the expertise is welcome because one of them knows blockchain really well. and it's going to guide the way that we build some things already. Somebody else is an accountant that's going to inform the way that we are thinking about some other solution. So everyone is welcome. Welcome, just join us, and as we start, as the ideas flood in, you can raise your hand. I want to be part of this part. I want to help solve this problem, and so on and so forth. Okay, so please do join. Do not be limited. If you don't feel you're technical, you can still join. There's a lot to contribute. There's no lab without eating our own dog food, and which means that really we are building in the context of human. We are building in the context of deep funding, and deep funding is people. So if you have any skill whatsoever, bring it in there. You'll be able to guide us and guide the way that we build. So thank you so much for that. If you again, if you want to see the ideas that are being submitted, you can see there's a link here. It's an open website. You can see the ideas that are submitted. You can see the people that submitted it, and you can comment. And then here goes the active parts that we have today. After the presentation today, this will go from 6 ideas to 9 ideas because we have 3 new that we'll introduce you to today. Okay. And last but not least, this is the way we function today. We have 2 calls weekly. We have a blockers call on Wednesday, and then we have a wins call on Friday. On the blockers call, people come with problems they are facing when it comes to creating a minimal viable product for whatever solution they're creating, and then we try to solve it for them together. On the win call, everybody comes about and tell us about the things they've done during the week and the different wins that they have. So it's quite interesting. And for quality assurance and deployment, this is our process. Okay, so without further ado, I would love to pass the baton back to Ms. Priska to talk to us about the newsletter pod, which is a brand new pod that was created and that is going to work with the work group that is working on the newsletter as well. So, Ms. Priska, back to you. After you, you can pass it on to the next person, which is going to be Godfred, and Godfred is going to pass it on to Edwin.
Okay. Hi guys, once again. So for my pod, we are having a little idea, like a simple idea, where we are building an AI-powered internal newsletter to just help everyone stay informed and updated on what is happening in deep funding and also across the circles. So it's like a quick news feedback, like news feed actually. And we are going to have like summaries of everything that is happening in each circles. It can even be like an example, like the town hall. We could have like summaries of that on there as well. And our goal is to save time, 1, and 2 is for everybody to be informed and so that nobody misses any important updates in the circle or in deep funding as a whole. So guys, stay tuned. If there are more improvements, we would reach out and let you know how things are going and how far the marketing team will also be working and spreading out the good news in deep funding. Thank you. So Godfred, if Godfred is here, he could continue with his pod.
Gracias, Presca. Thank you. Hello, everyone. So I'm here to introduce one of our new pods and the project we'll be working on. The pod is dubbed AI-assisted proposal refinement tool. So as the name goes, we are literally going to build a tool that is going to assist proposers when they are submitting proposals. So this solution is directly going to solve an issue myself and I think a couple of reviewers in the DF labs have noticed. So we did realize that most proposals are rejected based on certain requirements. So the last one which we noticed was from proposals from the BGI. So some proposals were rejected because of these requirements. One, the proposal wasn't feasible enough. The teams were not aligned to the RFP requirements. The proposal wasn't clarified enough. So it had a couple of requirements that the proposals didn't meet. So it was rejected. So the idea is that based on this information we have from the review cycle, we now know some of the requirements on which most proposals are rejected. So the idea is to create an AI-assisted tool, which is going to sit right in the submission form. So whenever a proposal comes to the either ideation hub or wherever they're going to submit a proposal or an idea, whenever they put in all the information, they've come up for their idea or proposal, and when they click on submit to submit it, we are going to take their full idea and run it through checks based on the requirements we've gotten from the review cycle. So based on the requirements on which proposals are failed, are rejected, we are going to base on that and now going to provide feedback to the proposals. So when they click on submit, their proposal is not going to be submitted at a go. It's going to go through all of these checks, and the feedback, or I would say a feedback or a proposal health score will be displayed to the user. So the user gets an idea of what the proposal is. So you can, an example of what you can get is that clarify your proposal to meet the RFP requirements in this particular field, or probably your team expertise doesn't meet what the RFP requires. So we are going to put all of these checks in place, and it's going to be assisted by an AI. Sorry. So the AI is going to go through all of these checks, going to take the prompts, base it on the requirements we provide to the prompts, and also base it on the full idea that the user has submitted. And we are hoping this will help the proposer. So currently, it is not directly going to be used by the reviewers, but it will partially be beneficial to the reviewers because, it will help us not to be rejecting a lot of proposals. Although we review proposals, we wouldn't want to be rejecting them. So it will also help us to just approve them as time goes on. So this is the solution we are trying to work on. As time goes on, improvements, updates, we go through phases. We'll come back to this deep town hall and give updates. Since we sort of did a bet over here, it will be nice to give updates on the phases as time goes on. Gracias a todos.
Thank you very much.
One question, Godfrey.
All right,
maybe
so
that's possible. I don't know, Rama. Is it possible to have questions, or should we wait?
Yeah,
for
of course, let's do it.
That sounds like very useful, I think, also for proposers and to save time. I guess it's going to be there as you propose, right? The idea is to integrate it with the deep funding platform. But is it going to be also used by the reviewers as a way to help them in the review process, or is it just for proposers?
Yes, so the current phase is just for proposers. For reviewers, we are thinking of what we can do is that when we run it through the AI can also give a couple of suggestions if this proposal that the proposal submitted is feasible enough. It doesn't meet the RFP requirements, so we can submit this with percentages. So if we give this to the reviewer, although the reviewer is also going to do the human action, but the reviewer now has something he or she can base it on. Now you know that this proposal is 70% feasible based on the requirements, and based on what the user is saying, it's also clarified or not clarified enough. So it gives you a percentage for you, the reviewer, to just walk through that part basically. But that will be in phase 2. The phase 1 is mainly focused on proposers.
All right, thank you. Makes sense. Yeah, and I see potential to be useful both ways. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you. Is there any other question from anyone else? All right. In absence of any question, I would pass the baton to Edwin.
All right, is Edwin Poco Kings with us.
Hello, you
So,
all.
Pickens.
Good evening, good morning, whichever country you are. I'm going to make this very quick as my background is very noisy. So our pod, we are going to be dealing with the community hub portal. And yeah, it's already a thing in Deep Funding where we have community hub doing different outreaches. So the portal is sort of going to help simplify things. I mean, in terms of onboarding community hubs, in terms of submitting reports from the communities, in terms of reviewing KPIs of the communities, all that will be centralized into the portal, logins for each and every stakeholder. I mean, to streamline things in that sense. That's basically what our pod is going to handle. I'm sure Cardaso already is leading the community hub initiative, so he's our number one stakeholder in the first place. So basically, that's how our pod is. We'll be updating the town hall as and when we progress. Thank you.
That was really quick indeed. He wasn't kidding.
Yeah, Edwin is known by his quickness. When Mayor came here in the half-year report, it took like 20 or minutes or 30, and Edwin was like 5 minutes, and his report was done. A man of few words, right, Edwin?
Yeah.
All right. Any question for Edwin before he scurry away? All right. The silence says no. So those are the three new pods that we have. Thank you, Edwin. Thank you, Godfred, and thank you, Miss Priska, for presenting and showing us what those pods are. Again, if you have any idea, whether it's an idea that you just have in the corner of your mind, you don't know if it's going to work, or it's an idea to improve the process, the internal processes, it's an idea towards governance, right? Or it's an idea towards decentralization as a whole, or an idea, a technical idea, whatever it is, and you want to play with it, you want to create an MVP, the lab is there. We are available, we are ready, we want to help, we want to contribute. You can submit the idea, you can discuss the idea with any of the members, and we can give you a pathway towards it. Okay, so don't hesitate, join the lab, or submit an idea. We are ready for that.
Yes, Priscilla, you have your hand up.
Yes, someone asked in the chat if you could join the lab. So if the link could be put in the chat, I think that will help.
Absolutely. I'll put the link in the chat right now.
Also, Rama, just to verify, maybe I forgot, but right now we are taking everyone, right? You don't need to be a circle member. You just need to be interested in participating and do meaningful things, right?
Absolutely. We are open to taking everyone now.
Cool. Awesome. I think that's great. It's also a great way for people to start collaborating, and who knows, maybe they can become circle members in the future. Also as part of that, right?
Yeah. So someone is asking in the chat, what is the tech stack available in the lab? Currently, the tech stack is very varied, right? So we are building when there are parts of the SNET tech stack that we are testing, right? That we are playing with. They are part of open source tech stacks that we are playing with as well. But to be honest, it's very varying. It depends on the pod managers. They determine what the stack is going to work, and they usually decide that with the pod, right? We have an AWS environment to build in the cloud. We also have a Google Cloud, a GCP environment to build in the cloud. So ultimately, we have a varying degree of tech stack, and what we've done is that we've created sort of a hybrid that allows anyone to sort of pull and start a virtual machine. So you can actually start a virtual machine. You don't know whether it's coming from GCP or AWS because we've actually created an environment that has both already interlinked. Okay. Are there specific skills you need? No, there's no specific skills you need. We have in the form, you're going to notice that we highlight some skills. We are adding more skills to that list. So our form needs to be updated. But there is an other. And the reason why that is because right now we want everyone to contribute. We really believe that it's an environment where the more diverse the opinion is or the contribution is, the better the solution is going to be. Like I mentioned earlier, we want to eat our own dog food. So when we build the technology, we want to test it, we want to play with it, and you can play a huge role there. Yes, we are talking about the ASI tech stack, Guillermo. We are looking at using ASI Create when it's ready in about a month or so. We started playing with the new version that was just introduced, and we are looking at when it's ready to actually include it in our tech stack immediately. Does that answer your question, Guillermo?
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Also, Raul is asking if there is a deadline for idea submission.
No, there's no deadline. It's always open. It's an environment that we sort of have completely open at any given point for you to submit an idea. Now, usually the question that come after that is if it's an idea that needs to be monetized, we will ask you, don't submit it there. We are not ready for that. We are not built for that. This is an environment to have fun and to play. If it is an idea that is going to be monetized, we do have a different platform, Deep Ideation, that's a platform that's coming up. We've not built completely yet. We are working on that. Or you can just go to deepfunding.ai. Currently, there's an ideation built into that where you can submit that idea there. Okay.
Maybe the next question they would ask is how long does it take for me to know my idea is approved or rejected?
That's a good question. We're working all that out, right? Remember, it's an evolving thing, so we're working all that out. We don't know yet if it's part of an ideation challenge. The review circle is going to take it up, and they'll streamline that, right? So it'll probably be they'll give you a timeline for that. But if it's not part of an ideation challenge, it's a general submission. We don't know what timeline that'll be just yet. We're looking at basically providing some SLAs, but we don't have those SLAs yet.
All right. Awesome.
Wonderful.
Do we have all the pods presented already? Because I think we were missing one. Or is it just three? Is three or was it four? I don't know.
No, it was three. It was
Okay.
three. The fourth one was supposed to be an update on the AI avatar, and Godfrey was going to lead that, but unfortunately, as technology goes, sometimes they don't work the right way. So right before the call, he was indexing the website to make sure that he has the latest version, and something broke down. So we decided not to even show it. So we'll do it next time.
All right. Sorry for putting you on the spot, but that's super normal. It's part of the
It's
innovation.
part of, that's exactly
And
it.
it's crazy, like, if people are here and if you go look at the other town halls, it's crazy how fast they are delivering things. And naturally, when you have a very fast pace, it's normal
Yeah.
to have to figure out these small things. But what matters is keep moving, and that's what you guys are doing.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right, Rama, thank you so much. So, guys, we have 3 new pods. Also, can people find the existing pods somewhere else, Rama, on the website? They can see everything that's happening.
Yeah, so the new pods will be added to the website by tomorrow morning, so they'll have it on there.
Okay, so now 3 more reasons, 3 more projects that if you have any ideas about it, about the newsletter, about improving the process for reviews, for proposals, or about the community apps, that's very specific. But if you have ideas, yeah, please join us and be a part of this great transformation and innovation. Well, thank you so much, Rama. You're always welcome to come share more updates and demos. So hope to see you next time.
Will do. Thank you so much.
Yeah, big thank you as well to Priscilla, Godfred, and Edwin for sharing their work. And now I guess we can move on to the next stage, a more light topic with the community spotlight. And for that, we have here Mariam to lead the spotlight with the questions. She's our professional, how do you say it? When someone is just asking questions, not interviewer, but like when you're in the police and you're interrogating people. That's your role, Mariam. You cannot speak. Yeah.
Okay, so I think that that's really funny because on Sunday in church, because I'm Christian and I serve in the social media unit of my church, and I was asked to give a lecture on conduct of service, and somebody called me labor prefect. And it seemed so funny because you're saying the same now about how my job is just to ask the really hard questions and get people on the spot. And I'm so sorry if you think that that is me. Don't believe Cardaso. I'm a lovely person. And we're just going to be doing something really warm today, right? So, hello everyone. Hi, hi, hi. I don't know what town hall this is. The 66,
68.
68.
68. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
That's mayor's job to keep track of the numbers.
Yeah, that's Maria's job. All right, so we are the 68th town hall. So, guys, we are doing it. Welcome, welcome, welcome again. In case you joined us right in the middle. So, at town halls like this, we decided that we wanted to create room to shed light, shine the light, a little spotlight people who are a part of our community, whether they're in the shadows, whether they're in the front line, like Rama is, because we've been seeing Rama's face a lot, or much, much, much in the shadows, like other people. I don't want to mention names because they really would rather not be known. We just thought to get to know each other more warmly, more intimately, and because I know it can be very overwhelming seeing a lot of names and feeling like you are not connected. But Deep Funding is like a blockchain family and we matter to each other, right? We want to attend your weddings and your baby showers, and we want to be a part of your lives just as we are part of your work. And so that's basically what Spotlight is about. And today we have someone, Francis is our spotlight guest for the day, and I'm so honored to have him because he said yes right on the spot. And honestly, I felt so relieved. He just said, yes, I'd love to do it. And usually with you people, it's always, do I have to? Can I not? But Francis was so lovely and he just said, yes, he wants to do it. So Francis is going to be the MVP of the month because he said yes right on the spot. And because we're event circle, we can detect who MVPs will be, just so you know, because we are, the ones that are running things. All right, so Francis, hi, welcome.
Hi. Thank you.
Could you just share your full name, pronouncing all the names rightly, the country you are from, the circle you are in, so that everyone can get to know you in that regard.
Okay. So thank you. Thank you very much for the warm welcome and the introduction. So actually, my name is Francis Deche. I'm from Ghana, and I'm also part of the review circle.
Woo! Priscilla's brother. I know it's something we usually say in Africa. We call each other brothers and sisters if we're from the same region. But yeah, this is basically Priscilla's brother in that regard. Hi, Francis from Review Circle. We are so glad to have you.
Hi. Thank
So
you.
we're just going to get right into it. We have some interesting questions and really no pressure. It is totally on your tempo, on your vibe. However you want to answer, whether it's one-liners or more detail, is totally fine. Like I said, you're the MVP of the night, of the month even. So yeah, the first question we have is, what is one food you could eat every day without getting tired of it?
Crab rice and stew.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, that's
Okay.
as simple as that.
Do you like it with some sides like salads or plantains or and what's like your preferred protein of choice? Are you a ram, pork, um, chicken, turkey, fish?
I'll say chicken. I'll say chicken.
Chicken. Yes, I
Yeah.
think rice and stew is completely Nigerian, but let's not start that fight. We are in international waters. Let's not bring our family troubles to public and we'll start fighting about who wants the better jollof and all. But that's very interesting to hear that rice and stew is your favorite. I quite like rice and stew as well. So I think that's a great choice of food. All right, our next question is if you had to pick a superpower from your real life, what would it be?
That would be to learn and never learn again. Like to learn and not have to go and revise. I don't want to learn something and forget. It's very hard to learn something,
Oh,
and at times you will even be learning something and immediately you skip that line to the next line, like you forget what you just read. So if I have a superpower, I think that would be something I really would like, just to grab the thing once and for all.
okay. That's very interesting. It tells me that you probably were a studious person in school, or like one of the people that are regarded as the nerds in the class, because it's only nerds that have such problems. Yeah, I was thinking invisibility, flying, speed, super strength. You're saying you want to learn and never forget. Wow.
Yeah.
Kudos to you. But yeah, that's really cool. If you're like Francis and you like to learn things and never have to reread it again, I think that's like what Michael Scofield from Prison Break, the fictional
Yeah, Prison
character,
Break.
has like
Knowledge
an
is power.
extremely no,
Yeah.
not well, according to Cersei of Game of Thrones, power is power. But let's not start that argument. But yes, knowledge is power, and I think it's really great to be able to read things and never have to reread, learn things, and you just never forget. It just becomes an extension of yourself. So yeah, I think Francis, you're pretty cool at that kind of thoughts. Now, the next question, and I'm sure it's a question that everybody needs to even answer. So, as Francis is responding, also drop your preference in the chat box. Are you a morning person or are you a night owl? And how does that show up in your routine?
I think I'm a night owl. That I like to do a lot of things in the night, right? If that's the meaning.
Yes, that is
Yes,
it.
yes, yes,
So
yes.
basically,
So I'm a
how
night
does your
owl.
typical day then look like?
Oh, okay. So my typical day, because I'm a night person, I mostly push everything to the evening because I don't like to, as in, want to sleep and wake up in the night and want to do. I'm that person that will want to finish everything into the night, and when I sleep without thinking of what time I'm going to wake up in the morning. Some people want to wake up at dawn and do. No, I can't do that. I can prefer to learn or do whatever I want to do and sleep at 5 a.m., 4 a.m. and wake up whichever time I like.
You know what? I feel you. Actually feel you. I think that's a very interesting way to live. To do everything at night and then, wake up in the morning whenever. If you're waking up by 2, everybody, if you have like my kind of mom, should start yelling, look at the time you are waking up. Your mates are already out working
Uh,
for daily bread. Look at why are you off by 2? And you're like, okay, but I slept by 4. Why did you sleep by 4? Why? Isn't all that time witches go to bed? So I think being African in that context is very interesting. And I know that some people are very much night owls. I mean, uh, GF saying in the comments that he's a midnight eagle, and I'm assuming that means he works from like 10 p.m. Is this Cardoso? Who is this deep funding that says afternoon? I wake up in a bad mood. So like you wake up and then you go back to bed, and then you wake up in the afternoon and trust to be in a better mood. I really don't get it. Um, okay, who else is sharing? Oh, Abdul is saying he sleeps in the morning. Actually, I'm actually not surprised. I really am not surprised that you sleep in the morning. It tracks, it tallies, it 100% tallies. I think Cardoso is also a night owl. He really doesn't like morning meetings. Mayor as well. Mayor, and I'm only ratting them out because they're part of the event circle. But Mayor really doesn't like our morning meetings. He really doesn't. So we celebrate every night owl and every morning person. I think you guys are heroes, whatever way. I'd rather not do anything, but to each his own. Okay, Francis, our next question is, what's a small win you've had recently that you are really proud of?
I don't know if I should say it's a win or kind of like a fulfillment for me. I think some couple of months ago, she didn't ask, that was my mom. She didn't ask for it, but she's been like consistently complaining of my phone is this, my phone is that. So I didn't like tell her I was going to get her phone. It was more like on her birthday. That was on April 8th or something. So that week I just called her that morning and just wished her. And then I was like, oh, everything will be fine. She didn't work. So I think the weekend after her birthday, I just went and then got her a new phone. She wasn't really aware of it. So I just got her a new phone over the weekend. And then I think after I didn't see it as something fulfilling, but after a while, it's like you have that self-fulfillment, that that gratification of you've like put a smile on your mom's face. So I don't know if it's a small win or a big win. I don't know. Like whichever way,
Such a huge
I
win.
was very happy.
That's so beautiful. Well
Yeah,
done. As
thank
as a
you.
community, we are really proud of you.
Thank
you
you.
sons making your mom smile and be proud. Thank you so much for doing that. I think that was
You're
really lovely
welcome.
for you to do. Don't worry, next up you buy an island. Let her just go
Hopefully.
and have new vacation spots. Let her leave Ghana for a bit.
Hopefully.
So yeah, this is a reminder to everybody. If you've not gifted your parents things, and y'all are like good, go and gift them things. They're really happy. I think their parents can pretend to be really tough and really adulty, but something I learned recently is that our parents are just us, like in a way that we've just been born and this is our first lives. It's also the same for them. They don't have more experience than the few years they have ahead of us. This is their first lives as well, so try and make them feel as supported as you can. Just do it. It's obligatory, but obligations don't really kill anyone. But yeah, well done, Francis. That was really lovely. Okay, then I feel like this I feel like we already know the answer to this, but we can be surprised as well. Our next question is, who has been a big influence or mentor in your journey, and what is the best advice they've given you?
I don't know if I should say a mentor, but I think it was through him I got to follow. So that is a Futurist Kwame.
The
Futurist
future
Kwame.
as well?
So
Oh,
Futurist Kwame, that's his name. Futurist Kwame.
okay.
Futurist, yes, futurist. He's a crypto influencer, like a crypto trader, and also like a public speaker. So like he's like one of like conscious mentor. That's something that like someone that I like follow. I want to listen to. So he's one of the people that I look up to in terms of how they speak, how they consciously want to influence you. Yes, so one of the best advice I think he gave. So it was more like a speech. He was like, there are dangerous times ahead, and that you either have to make a stand. So it is either you are a part of the problem or you are a part of
Part of the
the
solution.
solution. So there is no like neutral ground or middle ground. So you are either a part of the problem or a part of the solution. So it was
Okay.
through
All
him
right.
that I got to know another mentor, Vusi Tembakwayo. Vusi Tembakwayo. So those are the two like mentors that I listened to.
All right, that's really lovely, Francis. I'm glad for you that you've gotten such great advice from your mentors. I know that that is a privilege we really don't are aware that we have. So yeah, there are no gray areas, guys. Okay, so our next question, what's something in deep funding that excites you right now?
One thing about deep funding, I'll say, every time you join any meeting, regardless of your circle, right, nothing makes you left out. You don't feel like you don't have like the technical skill, you don't feel like you don't have the knowledge about something. It's like everything is so welcoming that you can bring out whatever you know, regardless if that field is in use, like in deep funding or not. A space can be made for that field of yours, which is not part of the community. So that is one thing. So every time I join, it's like more like I can say whatever I want to say. I can share whatever I want to share. I wouldn't feel like intimidated. So somebody like Rama, I've been, so Rama is more like I've been admiring from a distance. So he speaks so well. I like him so well, and it's like he's so into detail. Like the technicality is like he knows what he's into, right? When he's like talking about something that he has done or explaining something, you could feel this person knows this person knows that. So that is he's someone that I really look up to, but it's just far away from my field. I am like an accountant. I say accounting. Like I did accounting, so more like the accounting part is my field, but he is more of the IT stuff. But as I said, deep funding does not limit you to want to prove you are part of deep funding. It makes you open up to what you are. So that is one thing. That is one thing I like about the community.
No, that's really lovely to hear, and I'm so glad that we've been able to set up spaces such as these where everybody can feel welcome and feel like, or even if they don't have some technical experience, they're able to learn and connect and grow. And yay, Rama, you have a fan, and I'm sure I can find a fan in you. You can find a fan in him as well. So yeah, Abdul is saying that you are close to Rama's per location, so just like text him on Mattermost, grab a drink or a coffee or eat rice and stew together. Who knows? That's how brotherhood starts.
All right.
But yeah, Rama, over to you. The ball is in your court. So yeah, go ahead. Okay, so we are almost done. And yeah, okay, so last question is if you could leave us with one reminder about life or work, what would it be?
I don't know. I want to keep this one short. That would be know God for yourself.
Oh, okay.
That's
All
all.
right. All right. It's giving mic drop. Whoosh. Mic drop, no God for yourself. All right. Thank you so much, Francis, for being
You're
our
welcome.
guest today. We're super honored to have you here at the event circle and at our town hall. Thank you so much for sharing and for participating. And for everyone who participated via the chat, thank you so much. Thank you, Francis.
You're
Cheers to
welcome,
you.
Mariam.
Looking forward to seeing photos of you and Rama's hangouts
All right,
and
sure.
all the things you plan to do. Thank you, Francis, and thank you for being a
You're
part of Deep
welcome.
Funding. All right,
You're
then
welcome.
Cardaso, over to you.
All right, thanks, Mariam. Thanks, Francis, for saying yes so quickly and for showing a little bit of yourself. Yeah, great moment. And that being said, I think we can move on to the next topic, the last topic, but a super interesting topic. Last but not least, for sure. And we are talking about the Ternary Sheaf Network. Nils, you have to correct me. You have to correct my pronunciation, please. And share a little bit about your amazing work, please. Let me make you co-host in case you want to present. Well, you seem very confused, Nils.
Did I manage to present something?
Not yet, not yet.
Um,
You have the permissions, at least on our site. Are you getting any error or anything?
Yes.
Or is it like...
No, it's just my Mac doesn't like Zoom so much. But I think it should be pretty much solved.
Would you like us to send any presentation? We can... Oh, now it's working. Now you're
But
presenting.
am I presenting something?
Yes, your screen, your whole screen.
Okay, sorry about that, and sorry for being late. And to be quite honest, it turned out to be not a very good time for me to do this presentation, so I'm extremely ill prepared. So I apologize for that. So I'm just going to be very brief. That we have developed some very promising direction in this project. It's very technical in nature, and unfortunately, I didn't really have time to prepare a presentation that kind of makes sense without just going into very, very technical things. So I will just try to improvise a bit and say that so this is so the Ternary Sheaf Network. It's a neural architecture it's a neural learning architecture that is developed on some mathematics called the category theory, where you can think of it as trying to build neural representations on top of directed graphs. And to give some idea, that kind of encodes any computation that you can implement in a computer. And this means that so in order to make a neural representation of computable things in a computer, which goes beyond text, for example, like a large language model, like something like ChatGPT that I'm sure you all seen, which is very good at outputting text and can produce very convincing language, human sounding language, and it can produce even more like logically structured things like coding and mathematics, for example. But it has some very big limitations in that regards that you kind of need to work around by building more comprehensive, more like systems on top of these transformer models that makes them appear more intelligent, let's say. And so the Ternary Sheaf Network is an architecture that I, together with some other people, developed for the previous ARC challenge. That was a contest on Kaggle, initiated by Francois Chollet from Google to create more capable reasoning models. And this was pretty much how this project got started. We developed a new kind of architecture for this task, and trying to build on more mathematical foundations, I would say, rather than just developing on top of existing machine learning technologies. Kind of trying to take a really like first principles approach that asks like what is the most promising mathematics to use as a starting point for building an intelligent system. So my idea there was to take starting point in a topic called Grothendieck-Topos theory, which is something that used to belong to like very, very like abstract mathematics, I would say. But it's actually very concrete. It's actually very grounded in like computable things in a computer. And it connects logic to geometry in a very nice way, which I thought can be very useful when you want to build like a learning architecture that represent logical things such as computer programs and formal systems. Anyway, so that was the neural learning side of this project. And we were very happy to get funding from Deep Funding in order to build this technology. And we are in the process of doing so, and it goes very well, I would say. But what I actually wanted to present to you is the other side of this project. Yeah, I haven't really had the chance to really put together this presentation, so I will kind of improvise a little bit. So think of coding editors such as Cursor. You have often some how do you present with this like that? Okay. So as a programmer, I'm getting very annoyed at these tools for coding that's coming up with LLMs that tries to do your work, and at best they kind of fool you into thinking that they are doing what you want it to do, but it really doesn't. And it kind of obscures a lot of things in the repository, and often introduces hallucinations and bugs that can be very, very hard to detect. And moreover, it's a problem that it's hard to get like really reusable components from coding projects with LLMs. I mean, it's very easy to generate as much code as you want. I mean, you just generate bundles of codes, and sometimes it does what you wanted to do, sometimes not. But in any case, it's just a mess of a lot of code, and without any kind of global structure to it that you can kind of easily retrieve and reuse. So this is kind of where our learning architecture comes in, because with that kind of methodology, you kind of can actually neurally encode the global structure of a code repository beyond just individual files. And that's the name of the architecture. In the name, you see the word sheaf, which I guess you can look at the name, and you can look it up on Wikipedia what that means, because I won't have time exactly to go into the details there. But in like morally, what it means is that you have a way to mathematically encode kind of the global structure of your system from local data. So think of it like you have you're a programmer, you build your code repository. It has a lot of different files in a lot of different folders, let's say. And you want to have a representation of the global structure of that, encompassing like all the interdependencies, all the different environments where the code will run, and everything, the documentation, different programming language, whatever it might be. So this is something that can be feasible to do actually by employing this applied version of Grothendieck-Topos theory, which mathematically is the way you do this in mathematics. And in order to implement this, you need something like the Ternary Sheaf Network, basically. And the challenge is the scale, because you need a lot of computation to do this for kind of obvious reasons. But it's the hypothesis of the project, basically, that in the end, you will need less computation than what you will typically use with a huge language model. And you will get much more structure out of that computation, just by the mathematical properties of it. Yeah, so again, sorry for my extremely unstructured presentation here about global structure. But what I intend to maybe present you in a like more selling form later on is a project that we've been working on towards launching on SingularityNET, or we're also in discussion with the people at Cardaso, and we'll see what turns out to be the best collaboration of this. But it's basically a open source project where you can share your code repositories in a kind of encoded form. So you don't need to share your source code, but with the neural model, we can kind of encode the structure of it in a reusable form. So, which means that you can get like templates for the whole repository that is very adapted to your particular project. So think about it as you can. I mean, transformers are very good at doing semantic matching on text. So you give it a text description and it maps this to something that you're interested in, let's say like the, yeah, whatever that might be, like the image that best represent your text, or the implementation of the software project you describe with your text, something like that. But this is more of a semantic embedding of the whole code base. Let's say your GitHub repository or something like that. So by having open source platform where people can share these projects in a kind of trustless way, in the sense of like blockchain technology, because you don't really need the particular source code, you just need the embedding of the project. And you can use that to kind of recreate a similar structure that's suiting for your software project. So yeah, this is the idea. I'm just sharing this idea with you without anything more to it at this point. But I'm just mentioning that this is something we're building, and it looks to be very promising. And the way we make it work in practice is by using tools from mathematics for formal proof verification that can be used for like for formal software verification as well. And on the one hand, this is we have like a specification of the whole framework, which, yeah, I mean, this is the paper that's writing this, and which is actually the starting point for. So this is basically a mathematical theory that describes this, that is written for humans and also for LLMs. And the LLMs can actually interpret this in a very nice way. And by also formalizing this within a formal proof system that's kind of like a compiler, you can get feedback from what the LLM is implementing, employing the mathematical theory in its context. So it kind of goes in from two directions there. You prompt the system in this distributed way, and you have like a formal verification mechanism that gives actual execution feedback from the other side that verifies whether or not it does the thing it's supposed to do according to the formal mathematical theory. And since everything is formalized, you can actually do this. And it seems that the LLMs are actually able to do this using the lean proof system, which is extremely promising, because this means that with this system you can basically explore mathematics from within mathematics using language models. Yeah, this is a forthcoming publication on this topic that's part of the project funded by Deep Funding. And I'm looking forward to share this open source project later this autumn. So yeah, this is all I have to say to you today, and thanks for your attention.
Thank you so much, Nils, for coming here and sharing, and even putting the effort without having everything prepared. What matters is always better to do, right? This is really cool. That being said, are there any questions for Nils? Anyone would like to ask anything? Rama is asking if you would be able to share this documentation.
Quite soon. It's not
ready yet.
Not yet, but this is something I'm aiming to start sharing with people by next month, most probably.
One question maybe I could have for you as well is, what do you see as the potential use cases or the potential customers? I know you can have a lot considering your model, but do you have a target in mind or someone you see that could benefit more from this mathematical reasoning AI?
Yeah, I mean, so my personal interest, which is what's driving this project, kind of my personal research interest, I would say, more than business interest. But that is towards applied mathematics, I would say, and anyone who actually needs to formalize things in something like lean proof assistance. And with that being said, I suspect that this can be very useful, in particular within the blockchain space, because this actually gives you formal guarantees of the properties of the software, which, for example, one use case that I can clearly see is for smart contracts. So, I mean, you wouldn't want to vibe code some smart contracts and deploy it on the blockchain, right? But if you have formally verified mathematical guarantee of the functionality, then this open up the possibility to basically scale up development of smart contracts, and perhaps do more quick iterations on smart contract applications, things like that. Basically, yeah, make faster iterations to deploy these things on the blockchain, which I think can be very useful for not only for making the code more secure in general, but also in a way democratizing this way of like robustly developing these technologies without like having really extensive expertise that you would otherwise need for the security aspects.
I think that's really nice. Even if it doesn't make the code faster, just making it secure or even acting as an insurance for those who, for example, don't have an audit, or even to help the audit, right, of a certain smart contract. That sounds like a good use case for sure. And that's, as you mentioned, is probably just one of many. In the chat, we also have another question. They are asking if at this point this is conceptual and not yet tested, correct?
This is something that's being tested. It's being,
being tested.
I mean, component-wise, it's implemented, and it's not, as a whole, it's a quite ambitious project that has the ambition to be deployed as a distributed learning system, and which is not the case today because we don't have those cloud resources available for the project, basically. But the software is something that exists and yeah, is being actively developed and tested. And like, yeah, one thing that's been verified and tested is this connection with, in particular, Lean 4 formal verification system, which I built as a kind of MCP server that you can pipe in the compiler feedback to LLMs and have it iterate on files, and it works fine.
All right, all right. Any more questions for Nils? I see some clapping in the comments, Nils. For you, I don't know if there's any more questions. I guess the silence. Rama, do you want to say something? You're muted.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's by mistake.
No worries.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Nils, and we are looking forward for the next presentation. I guess in the next one, you already potentially plan to bring like a demo, a small demo, let's say.
Yeah, I'm aiming for that. Yes.
All right, that's going to be exciting. Thank you and congratulations on the work, and thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
All right. That being said, we are almost wrapping it up. Before we just have some important announcements from one of our community hubs. Mariam, she's leading the Women in Africa community hub. Women in AI in Africa community hub. Mariam, please feel free to unmute and share with us the updates.
Okay.
And also the events, right? Especially the events you have prepared.
Okay. Hi everyone. Thank you, Cardaso. So like Rafael has just said, I am the lead coordinator of the African Women in AI Hub, and we are basically a hub supporting African women currently working or enthusiastic or curious about AI. And just some important updates, we've hired some country leads, and so yeah, that's basically what's kicking off. So we are looking forward to having physical events across African countries. We have Tanzania, Zimbabwe, Cameroon, Kenya, Rwanda, and about 3 other countries who currently have leads representing them in the hubs. So we have like a whole team set up, a team of volunteers set up. So it's going to it's part of our efforts to be able to create physical spaces and increased conversations with AI amongst women across these African countries. And so because my team and I, the originators of the Women's Hub, we are in Nigeria and we can't always reach everyone as physically as we could, as we would want to. So we decided to, set up country leads, and that's basically what's our country lead system is about. We have some physical events planned for our future milestones and even beyond the milestones, right? And so basically, yeah, that's for that. And on Saturday, we're having a spotlight event. It is an event we've created to help women share their AI projects, right? We had the first edition on the 9th of August, and we had about 6 presenters really amazing ideas, really amazing warm ideas that you'd love to, hear. And so we are going to be having some more people share because we're going to take everybody for the lack of time on the 9th. And so the next one is on Saturday, 11 a.m. UTC. The Luma link registration is in the chat box. So if you're interested, you can register for the event and be a part of it. It's 11 a.m. UTC, 12 p.m. West African time, 12 p.m. GMT +1. There'll be a few people sharing their ideas and their projects. We have some interesting panelists as well who would be just giving tips on how to better improve their elevator pitches. Men can attend. Men can attend. We won't chase you away, we need each other. So yeah, if you'd like to attend, please do, whether you're a man or a woman or whatever it is you identify as, please do attend and just come show support. And who knows, maybe the next big AI project or the next ideation at Deep Funding is going to come out from one of these AI projects, right? Like I said, the last one was really, I listened in because I wasn't the host and I'm not the host for the next one, but please don't let that stop you. I listened in and I just thought, wow, you thought of that? That's really nice. So yeah, that's basically what we're going to be having on Saturday. So please share if it's not your speed, share to people who would like to participate. And that's it. The other announcements I'm supposed to share is about our Twitter Spaces. So yeah, Deep Funding, we started Twitter Spaces about three episodes, 2 episodes about a month ago, and it's a bi-weekly conversation on X, formerly Twitter, where we just talk about all things decentralized AI and blockchain. And we're having the next one on Monday, and our guest is Haley Lowy. And yeah, 7 p.m. UTC as well. It's for an hour, and you really don't have to do so much. Unlike Zoom, you don't have to show your face or worry about all of these things. You can just sit in and attend and listen. And yeah, let's just keep pushing Deep Funding out there. Our goal is to reach more people via these spaces and create more authentic conversations that basically would contribute to the moving forward of our mission here at Deep Funding. And yes, if you insist on calling it Twitter Spaces against Elon Musk's wishes, no problem. Ayo, you can call it Twitter. So Twitter Spaces, X Spaces, please attend, please come show support. It's nobody else but us doing it. So yeah, please let's participate as much as possible. Thank you, Cardaso.
Yeah, just for a bit of context, Ailey is in SingularityNET and she's leading the marketing, also in the BGI initiative. So she's very involved in the AI space and a great person to deconstruct AI, right? That's the topic of the spaces. Do you have a title for this session or any specific topic you're going to approach, or will it
Okay.
be very
Yes.
open?
So we are currently tackling a series that we've themed AI Deconstructed, and that's a shout out to Marketing Circle. They themed it so well when I sent the list of episodes. And yeah, our next topic, it's episode 3, and it's going to be on DAOs. I think that's how it's pronounced. Keep saying DAOs, but DAOs and decentralized governance. And we're just going to explore all things governance and proposal reviewing and basically how decision making is run in decentralized ecosystems, decentralized AI ecosystems. And I think Haley is going to be an amazing guest. We've heard Haley multiple times here, and she's well versed in these things. And we just want to learn how decisions are actually made in decentralized AI ecosystems. So it's perfect for everyone who is not really so familiar with the decision making process. And we hope that this would help us participate more in decision making here at Deep Funding and in other decentralized AI ecosystems.
All right. Thank you, Mariam, for the updates. So you guys already know 2 cool events to go, and yeah, don't miss them. And that being said, a big thank you to all of you watching. Big thank you to our presenters and their amazing work. And you too can be a presenter, so don't forget about that. Come and share topics that are relevant to Deep Funding, and we'd love to hear about them. That being said, next week, open all ends, 2 p.m. UTC on Wednesday. That's the governance call for Deep Funding. So if you want to be part of the decisions and see the work of the circles, that's the place you need to be. So yeah, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye, everyone.